Guten Tag. We have a new colleague, Mr. Oliver, and we will do the good old tattoo tag questions.
Is it live?
Yeah, it's live now. On air.
We're drinking water so we can hydrate.
Cheers. Russian water.
Russian water. So we're drinking that, and we're doing the popular tattoo tag questions.
We have to invent our own questions.
We might modify the questions as we go.
Okay, let's
'Cause-
modify.
He will just destroy us with the first question. Do you consider yourself a tattoo collector?
No.
Yeah!
Oliver wins.
What was that the right answer?
Yeah.
Good.
We all were like, not really. But it's a good. There's a
But
good
being
question.
a collector is a f***ing cool
Do you have a specific tattoo that you that this makes no sense? Do you have a specific tattoo that turned you into tattoo collector?
No.
No.
What a stupid question.
Yeah. Didn't you get my first answer?
No, I ignore. I
Delete.
make my
Okay.
own truth.
We
Yeah.
lost 1 minute in this video.
What tattoo did you have to travel the furthest for? Where did you go?
None of them, because it's all from my colleagues. I think maybe I had to take a bus 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, but you've been from like where you live to like Germany, let's say.
Yeah, but that wasn't to get my tattoo. That was to go work there.
Yeah,
And
the
then I got
tattoo
it
part
to-
is accident.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah, it's like a spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what the you're ignoring me? Why
Okay.
you don't give me questions? I'm
Let's-
just sitting here.
Let's
answering-
flip the script. Let's flip the script
Yeah, jeez.
and like, let's start from zero.
Okay.
Do you consider yourself not tattoo collector?
Yes.
And
What a tricky question. Yes, I guess.
yeah,
Is this right?
yes.
Oof.
Do you have a specific tattoo that turned you into not tattoo collector?
Oh my god, my brains are melted.
I have my first one. I got it, and I was like, I'm not collecting this.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. I am too. I'm with you.
Okay. So, what tattoo did you have to travel furthest for?
To not get.
Yeah, to get, and where did you go? But yeah, so
Okay, I
So-
had to travel the furthest.
from
I think
home
my
to work.
my elbow tattoo. No, because that was before I started tattooing. No, actually, it was my swallows on the neck because I had to sit in a bus for like 15 minutes to go to the tattoo artist to get that. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived on the side of the city. I have to go to center.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like 20-30 minutes.
Exactly, and people underestimate the effort you put into going there, right?
Yeah, I love it, but I'm like, what?
Plus, I had to wait like 24 hours because I walked in on one day, and they're like, "Come in tomorrow." So like, you know,
Rude, man.
that's okay. But it
No,
turned
it's just
it turned me into not tattoo collector.
Yeah, that's the essence of it.
But those who do it, they are like, fuck it, man. That's the thing you have to take, the hard walk to the top of the mountain where you get that bruise.
Okay, next question. Where was the closest tattoo you traveled to?
I think I did like
Neighbor?
change my station and then I turned around and got the tattoo from my colleague. I think.
Yeah.
In a 69 position like
Yeah.
you did.
Mine closest was like I tattooed myself, so I had to sit
Ah, yeah.
down. So I had.
I've tattooed myself a lot of times.
I hate these questions.
So,
Okay,
but it's
man.
good to be not tattoo collector.
What
It
tattoo
is.
artist has
What?
tattoo-
Yeah. What
What?
tattoo artist has tattooed you the most?
Myself.
In my skin, goddamn. No, you need new questions.
Oh no.
Passing the mic to Carlos.
All right. All
Is
right.
recording. Just a sec. Yep.
Have you ever had any tattoo with infection?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I wanna hear a story from
You
both
want to
of
hear the story?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a big tattoo here. I have had it 2 times,
yeah.
and both have been on the same leg. Cause I just got a new tattoo on the shin, and then I was f***ing in doggy style on the bed, and the dog was allowed in the bed, so the sheet was very dirty, and I was like grinding on the sheet because I was on all fours, or not on all fours, but on all twos. I was not on all fours.
Shit.
cut that out. Cut that out.
We cut this out.
It's live.
It's like, oh, no cutting, no cutting. But that's cool, man.
Yeah, my story is less exciting. I got infection in the bendy part here. My sweater was sticking there. No doggy style, no all four.
What about piercings?
piercings?
Have you ever had like the smell of rotten? So I got once infection because I got one of my first tattoos, and then I went to toilet in a bar and decided to wash the tattoo with dirty hands. And next day I had big bubble with a lot of pimples, and it was healing for 2.5 months.
Nice.
Actually 2 months, but I wanted to say 2.5. So
to top it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. It's fair.
Next question.
Shoot. You're the cool kid now.
If you ever had a tattoo artist doing a tattoo on you and you thought, he's doing something wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Bam!
Every time it hurts, something is wrong.
Dude.
Dude.
I have the classics of Carpe Diem, Carpe and Diem another, what it's called, back of arm. And the
Carpe
guy was
Diem?
doing it, and I could clearly hear him going like, and that's like on in our area, and I was like, what? And he was like, no, I was just thinking about. I was like, really? And it was like the home kind of situation and all that. And then I went home and I was checking. I was like, what's wrong with it? And it's those Old English.
Yeah.
And the A have that
Yeah.
that bit on the side, and it's like ends up sharp. It's not connected,
Okay.
but he connected it.
It's okay. It's
Gross.
just a rat.
So I think that was the only mistake I spotted. It
Yeah,
still
okay.
looks all right, but
Yeah.
it's just when you're sitting there and you hear this.
Yeah.
I
Like
always
what?
say that sound for fun when I tattoo people. Fuck, how am I gonna fix this? No, I have a mistake here on my upper arm because I have some dot work done, and it's like 3-dimensional geometrical patterns, you know, and some of the squares are empty and some are dark and some are light,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he accidentally did like 8 dots in an area that should be blank.
Holy fuck, man.
I also know dudes who mess up with the watches because there's like around 6 it gets tricky, and you can, like, if you flip the image or something, it's like it can go.
Man.
Yeah.
Or the f***ing star, like the nautical star,
Yeah,
and you like coloring one side and then you start other, and you're like, oh, okay.
I have one guy who tattooed me, and I know him pretty well, and I know that when he's nervous, he's sweating a lot, and I'm like, he's tattooing me, and suddenly, like, I see he's not tattooing, but like doing some other shit, thinking about something, you know, and then he starts tattooing again, but slower, and I'm looking at him, and he's sweating like crazy, and like being like completely stressed out.
What was the mistake?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He started to sweat.
I think yeah,
There's something
There
mystery.
was no mistakes, man. I never seen any. But man, once I did a mistake. When I was
mistakes too.
tattooing, I like there was
I never failed.
there is this letter P,
Yeah.
and and it was a little blurry, and I forgot that word, and I tattooed the letter P, and I thought it's B. So I started doing the other part of the. And while I started doing it, the customer suddenly like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "F what I'm doing," and I was already halfway, and I'm like, "F what the f," you know. And I told my customer, take it easy, man. It's all good. We're gonna figure out something. And I started thinking about it, how to fix it. And in 5 minutes, I decided, it, I'm gonna overwork that part. And
So you can pick it up.
so I was like, I said, dude, it might hurt a little bit, but this is really good way to delete mistakes.
With a soldering
And I'm like,
iron. Yeah.
when you see blood coming out, you'd stop.
Yeah, I had a customer in Germany. I did like a freehand Maori piece on his complete lower leg, you know. And he was like the kind of guy, he studied the Maori history and so he knew exactly what everything meant. So he designed his own piece. He drew everything on paper as guidelines for me to draw from. So it was a history about his family, you know. So everything was pinpointed to accuracy, you know. And then I did some guidelines to help me doing the Maori stuff, and I accidentally tattooed 2 of the guidelines. So I like connected 2 of the areas that shouldn't be connected. So,
And what is that?
yeah, he was not happy, but luckily he was one of my good customers, so he lived with it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what happens.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Well,
have you ever said, "You man, I hate you"?
now there's been those things with
10,000.
Roman numerals where like we learned our lesson when we misspelled the thing even with the customer checking. Like we always, every time it's numbers or
So no spelling mistakes.
we
for
give
you.
to the customer and like check it because like
Yeah.
you know
Good man. Good.
sometimes it's different language, sometimes it's like knows what.
Yeah.
And I was doing
I don't do
Roman numerals here, and it was also all the like, can you please double check? Yeah. And as I was doing it, I did it, and like she was looking, and she's like, "There's a thing missing,
I have
like
the
the
exact
one
same
more
thing. Yeah.
thing, but I could squeeze it in,
Okay.
so that was all right."
Yeah.
But also, there's one customer where we did instead of carrying, carring, with double R.
Ah. Fuck.
And like it was a really nice script, and we did it, and we posted it, and then some customer was like, "Is that a word?" And we're like, "Fuck!" We called the guy up. Well, like whatever, like we covering it up or something. And he's like, "I don't care." Like it was really cool. It's like I'm gonna have like a sleeve. Then like when we get to it, we will sort it out,
Yeah. Okay.
and we will like.
Thank.
No, like we were like he was like not giving a single. We were all like,
Man, that's crazy. I would say if you never been through these situations, you simply suck.
Exactly. You.
Yeah.
Oh. Demonetized.
like
Let me play your song. No.
there's them f***ers who don't make mistakes, but they also don't do. So
Okay, this will be simple, stupid question. Do you have any tattoos you regret having?
No.
yes, all of them. I would be so
All
much,
of them? What the?
so much cooler without
As a
tattoos.
band?
I would be sitting like
Yeah, because you'd be unique.
I'd be like, "Oh, you dudes like classical roles, huh? So lame."
Never felt
so
pain
so
before.
2018. Yeah,
Never felt pain before.
my body is sacred.
I'm equal to everything.
I would off to myself in the mirror like, "Oh, look at this clean."
Look at this mustache.
No.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
Well, okay. I won't say I
Ugh.
regret any of my tattoos, but if I could do it over, I would have some different stuff now. But I don't regret the ones I've got.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would do them different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or like I have my surname tattooed on my belly,
Oh,
and that's
badass.
like classic. And I have the it's the classic basketball font. It's like now I
Juris.
know that there's a. It's still unique. Not many people have it, but like I would go all like full f***ing Chicano or like.
Yeah.
What do you hate about the tattoo industry? Oh.
Prima donnas.
All right.
I hate the meanings.
Yeah. The
I hate
meanings,
like that there should be meaning to
Yeah.
everything
and I
This
hate
and that.
from October to March.
about the industry.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's
And then you
cool.
make money.
I see your point.
And then people get tax back and everything gets back to. Yeah, I think I'd like meanings are cool. Like you can have your meanings, but it's like
I don't want to know
like
them.
I don't need to know
No,
your
exactly.
history.
I'm
you
not
know?
a psychiatrist.
Yeah. Unless you're just fanatic.
Yeah.
Cause like I get
And
my
that's okay,
surname
too.
done because it means
What does it
a
mean
lot.
to you?
It means like my dad had the surname.
you
Oh,
know,
really?
he
You
made
did?
me
Every-
and like,
Oh.
and like
every group doesn't matter what you believe. So
and I also
you
have
just-
certain papers proving like that it's my surname. Like
Really?
yeah, like my
Like passports.
passports,
What?
like my business card also. Like
Really?
yeah, even I made it myself, but it proves that I
It
have
does.
the same
It
surname.
really does. Yeah.
Bank card says it. So now
Okay, then I can get why you
people
got
can
it.
steal my what is
Your
called that
tattoo?
identification for my belly.
That was the answer.
Yes.
What about
Good.
you,
Yeah,
my
what
friend?
about you?
What was the question?
What do you hate about the tattoo industry?
Yeah, probably similar stuff.
I hate money.
No.
I hate that like people
No,
pay
I
you
mean,
money.
you know
to
what I hate about, I think it's about everything. I hate that, you know what's the problem? Every time you're gonna fix your shit, there will be new stuff you're gonna hate. It's just like, you have something you hate all the time.
You hate progress. I hate things that are not on Google. Like, you know, like, can you do this tattoo? I'm like, can I Google it? And it's not there. Like drawing is like tattooing it twice. You know, like, what I will do it once and then second time on.
Waste of time.
Mr. Google,
Why don't
what's
you
the
just-
point of you?
But why don't you just do it the first time directly on the skin, and then you don't have to do it 2 times?
Man, I love
Oh, they're
this.
like, I want to double check and like, you know,
Hey,
I
this
want to
is a
show
good
my
one.
sister.
Hey, listen. How do you react when person asks his friend, friend or somebody else about his opinion,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
I
the
just
person's like, I don't
quietly-
like it. I don't like it then.
Exactly. I
Can
don't.
you
I
change-
always go behind my customer, and then I just look
In
the
eyes.
friend directly in the eyes and like,
Whoa.
don't tell me to move it around, cause I will slay you where you stay.
Wow.
The worst is like I've seen in my experience the other halves, and they're like they don't say anything. They put a tattoo, and you can see the guys in the mirror like, or the lady like, and they look at the other half, and the other half is like I don't know, and they're like, I don't like it. And they're like, what do you don't like it? And then it's all this like, what do you think? What do you think? Like, can you like maybe do something like?
Yeah. And it's always the customers with the small tattoos. They like, can you place it there? No, 1 centimeter up. No, 1 centimeter to the left. And like,
Yeah.
people with low tattoos, then like, yeah, cool.
And the
let's
best
go.
is when it's
Yeah.
like you move it like 5 times around,
And you end up in the. First
and they're
one.
like at the first place, and like, you were actually right, and you're like, I don't mind
So
to move
what
it
is your
around.
reaction? What is your reaction? You be simply like you say no, or what?
No, you just
I'm
do
like
it.
I'm not
You
tolerant.
just do it. It's work, right? It's
Exactly.
like we have to do this, but
Put
inside
on a
you're
happy
melting.
face.
Yeah,
You're like, my
can love it.
like I also say that it's like it's easier to change this around than a f***ing tattoo.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like, you know,
Hey man.
it's 21st century. We have the stenciling machine and all that.
Yeah,
if I
but
would
think
have,
about that.
Yeah.
You say no, I'm not gonna change it. Then and if you tattoo afterwards, there is a chance she's gonna be like, fucking hate this tattoo.
Exactly.
If a girl comes in and says I want upside down tattoo, I'm
If
like,
a person.
if a girl, oh my god.
if
But it's always girls that want it upside
Gee.
down.
if a girl,
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Basically, yeah, it's just whatever. F- it. Have you ever had somebody saying, I don't like it?
I don't have anyone saying I like it. They're like,
Hey, no, don't joke.
The best-
Okay,
best-
don't joke.
the best I get out of people like, thanks.
You know, a lot of people think if someone tells you he don't like it, it's definitely 100% misunderstanding.
No, it's not a misunderstanding. It's just their fault.
Their misunderstanding.
Yeah.
They just like, or being a pussy, not saying it. Maybe we should stop.
We always
had-
say ask questions, you know,
Ask.
like,
Yeah.
like if you're like, oh, maybe this is okay, and then they're like, oh, and like usually they don't say it. Like you get to 2, and they're like, mm-mm. They're like, oh, thank you, and then like next day
Yeah.
they write to shop and like, okay, so like I have
Yeah.
opinion now, and
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
but
true.
for a tattoo it's too late.
I
had-
had one customer. She was like, she wanted, she had like a picture of a small flower that she wanted with her friend, and I was telling her that I'm not gonna do it that small, and she was like, come on, do it. I've been here loads of times, and if you don't do it, I'll just go across the street and get it done there. And I was like,
Mother.
fine, and I did it, and she came back the next day, obviously, it's too small, and blah, 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 and I was like, yes, I told you so, and I was like, get
Dude, I
out.
had one guy long time ago from like the 3rd year I was tattooing, and then and I was telling him, hey, let's put red behind this old school Elvis microphone, and he's like, yeah, okay, let's have red. I'm like, okay, it, I'll do the background, and then after I'm done, he's like, I don't like red, and I'm like, what the? I'm like, I don't like red. I'm not happy with this tattoo, and he me like, I'm like, what the? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's like, I want price down. I want price down. And he's like 1,000 less. And then try to get the price down. And I told him, man, dude, this is great tattoo. You can't do this. Like you have to pay this amount and leave the shop.
Yeah.
So other people don't listen to your crap. We made a deal. It's red. And it's all good. And then I met him after some time. And he was like, oh man, sorry, you know, I really actually like it and shit.
Okay.
And I heard from other people saying that he was talking shit about me, but then in the end it turned out that he tried it to just get the price lower.
What the
Man, like he was doing all this shit to just get price down.
holy
Also had some situations where people are
Yeah.
like, I'm like incredibly unsatisfied and I have to live with this forever. And like you know, like it's like, oh, okay, and like then you're like, okay, well, what do you want? Like, you know, what's the goal of this conversation? You know, if we get a discount like 1,000 krona on next tattoo, or we get a thing, and we're like, so like you know, like when you reply to those things, you're like, okay, is that like a laser or a cover up? But they're like, I want like a price of 1 hour discount, and you're like, so you being this dramatic about like 1,000 krona plus tattoos work, like, you know, you know what you were getting into and all that. And I'm like, is this for that, or you just want to cheap out on the thing?
Yeah.
And plus, it's always those situations on already like good deals anyway. Like, why are you trying to do this?
Do you have any tattoo artists that has become your friend through tattooing? No.
I usually unfriend them. I definitely unfollow them. I'm like, this
Because
is...
they're vegans?
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about the customers. We're talking about tattoo artists.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
artists. Yeah,
Them-
you don't.
them.
No, good.
I
I have a little tip how to deal with like all those ideological tattoo artists, you know? When you follow some person
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, cool tattoos, and then suddenly there's like feminism, vegan, communism or something. And you're like, I came here for tattoos. And you know what you do? There's an option. You just tap on the right side
Pull
of
off.
screen and it goes to the next thing.
It's called spitting in the face.
No, it's called just swipe to the next
Spit
thing.
in the mouth.
Mouth spit.
I have a question, an improvised one here, right? How do you react when one tattoo artist that you know shows you some work and asks you what you think, and you think it's fucking ugly?
Then you react like, cool,
But they can tell,
Pretty.
can they?
pretty cool. And you suddenly don't look anymore. It's cool.
You do the. It's interesting design. It's very interesting.
It's like, whoa, man,
Oh, this one is funny.
Dude,
That's
wow.
supposed to be funny.
you nailed
It's a
it.
gravestone.
Interesting.
What is it? You nailed it. Blowouted.
You blow out of it.
You blowed my mind.
I like the little shading around the lines. It looks like
What is this 3D effect?
I like this
What
paintbrush.
is this, ocean?
yeah, the
tapers.
scratch. Oh, the scratch style.
Ah, it's that's like a trash polka.
It's that new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Fucking awesome question. There is always one question that the customers ask.
Yeah. Does it hurt?
No, like that's one of them. Like fucking amazing question. But the other one is
What's your
why it bleeds so much.
Because you're alive.
Or why am I not bleeding when you do like line work or like?
It's like, why? Is it normal that I'm bleeding?
What's your answer to the question? Does it hurt?
Yes.
I say I don't know. You will tell me.
I say yes. It
Depends.
hurts like hell.
Depends of what kind of human being you are. If you like to stick things in your nose,
Are we talking about
If you
Oh, that's definitely gonna help. I heard that some like kids close your ears, but if
Close your ears.
years of closing ears, if you do a coke and get tattooed, it actually
Hurts more.
No,
Don't you think?
I heard that it hurts less, and people actually do.
what
that
you
shit.
heard?
Well, a very good friend of mine, he says that it hurts way more to get tattooed.
Bad coke. Always the same thing. It's like, oh no, it's not the right one.
I'm
I-
always having Coca-Cola Light, and so it keeps my diet.
No, we're talking about Coca-Cola, man.
Ah,
Oh, jeez, you fucking bell.
You
I
dudes
believe
with
it.
face tattoos always on it.
Yeah, but it's good too.
Okay, back to business.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Improvise.
Okay, it says here, how do you react when someone asks to see your tattoos? But let me
Correct.
correct it. And how do you guys react when people just grab you and like touch you and like, oh, that looks
Oh.
nice? And
I had huge tunnels,
uh,
and they were like, "Oh wow!" and start to like, and I'm like, "Okay," and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What are you doing?" Okay,
That's a good
like,
one.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I
get
don't do
really
it
offended.
all the time, but it's
Oh.
like been 2-3 times where they're like, look, and I'm like, yeah, okay,
I'm
and they're
really-
like, why are you touching me? Like, why are you touching me?
I have
And
some-
like, I'm grabbing them on surface, they going inside me. So
yeah,
You
they
should actually do like this.
enter your body.
no, I'm not like
Your
I'm
sub
scared.
G point.
Once I put something in there, babies come out, so I'm like,
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Yeah, you Latvian.
wow.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
productive.
He's like
Yeah.
fucking engine. But yeah, I can't remember anymore what the I wanted.
When people grabbing your tattoos, they're like, la, la, la.
Oh yeah, like I actually get sometimes offended when I'm just eating in a fucking restaurant or something, and some random person comes to me and like, oh, how much tattoos do you have? And I'm like, oh man,
That's
it's-
the best question. How many tattoos do you have? And you're like, and some, I have 5.
I told her I have one.
Like
Yeah,
you can
one
have,
big.
you can have 1, or you can have like 5 paintball
like,
shots at you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's just like why you come to a random person and ask.
Yeah.
Well, if that restaurant is fast food restaurant, McDonald's, then you can expect anything.
No, I don't go
not
places that.
talking about
Yeah,
Like
that's a
high-
Mordor. That's
that
like
high class.
That's we go there when it's too.
when we celebrate.
But it's funny how when you're tattooed, you become like the property of everybody just because you have tattoos. Like everybody can touch you, everybody can talk to you, and then no.
Like, but at the other side, we are whining now.
Yeah, we are kind of.
But like, you
But
know,
it's okay.
It's not that bad, you know.
Yes,
it's
it
actually
is.
pretty cool.
but that's
I
the
love my work.
best business when you're drunk. You're like, oh, like I also have a car. Like mine does like 180 per hour. Like, oh, you have tattoos, man. I want sleeve. I want
But you
sleeve.
know, there is a
What sleeves
reason
you want? I
why.
want sleeve. I don't care.
There's a reason why people think that way because they're not educated in the way
George.
they're talking about. You know, like tattoo. It's like you cannot expect from a person who's never been friend of any tattooer
So-
and heard any stories.
Not tattoo collector's tag. What will be your last tattoo?
My last,
Improvise.
the last piece of bear skin I have.
No, your last tattoo ever. You're like this enough. Like
Kraken.
I will never stop. Yeah, when I don't have any more room, I suppose.
That's a real attitude.
Or when I can't take the pain
Yeah,
anymore.
oh, that's another one. For me, it's like, I have so much other things in my life now that, you know, when I was just starting. A new question. All the time we ask questions about people reaction in the show, so next question is gonna be about reaction again. What about?
erection.
When-
sorry.
Oh, mighty, mighty. What? Hey, man, I found stressful about the way customers grab your trash cans all the time, and in some point you're like, oh my god, I can't stop. You need even a sign outside or some shit. It's like a
You know what
frustrating.
I
Don't,
find
don't
annoying.
touch the red stuff.
Yeah, anything that's.
You know what I find annoying when I put up the bed to tattoo somebody, and they like have a drink or a phone or whatever, and they just grab your trash can and pull it over and place their drink on top of it. What the f***
That you like from the moment you touch a trash can, it's trash.
Yes.
Shit.
So give me your phone.
Yeah, don't f around
I
with
have
the
a
trash
thing with
can.
piercings when people are like, should I change it for you? Like, no, just give it to me and I'm gonna change it in the toilet. I'm like, I'll change it for you. And they're like,
Why?
No, I can change it. I'm like, no.
Why there is a problem that people touch trash cans?
And I had people coming in with like with JJ piercings, and they're like, so
Oh my god.
I need ball for this, and they just put it on the counter there, and they're like,
No.
and I'm like,
Yeah,
I have to spray, but like people don't have that concept that like like obviously your body is sacred and clean and all that, but it's still been around your genitals or
Yeah.
inside you, and you're like,
And
so,
other people have had their genitals inside your genitals, so stop doing it.
Yeah.
If it was just your genitals.
even if it's your
fair
face
enough.
genitals,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
J. It's all called J.
with JJ.
J with J.
Even if it's man with JJ.
Man JJ.
What was the question?
I don't know, we kind of dozed off.
Okay, but still. Oh yeah. Well, why it's bad when people touch trash cans? It's
Because it's my trash.
I'm private of my
the trash can is full with garbage and
blood.
and you are open. It's just like okay, they don't know the shit, and we have to educate them somehow.
If you know what I mean.
I mean, trash is one thing, but another thing is that
Blood.
that thing there, it's like
What are you pointing at?
Raining blood.
it's the border between waiting area and working area, and we have a little chain there, and it's a magical chain. Once you put that chain, which is like a thin golden line, and people are like, can I get in there? But once that thing is not there, people are like, hey, what's up, there's my friend, and they're just storming in like it's nothing, like, oh, you're working, like, I don't give a he's my friend.
Yeah, that's
Once
true.
you can put like a string there, and people would be like, oh, can I, is this like, I want to say hello to my friend.
Next question.
Yes.
Okay, next question. When Juris lost his virginity?
Yes.
I've never been a virgin. I was born,
Now we're talking about tattoos. Chill the f out.
You were born what?
I was born pregnant. Like my friends say, I can't say no to people. If I would be a woman, I would be constantly pregnant.
Awesome. I love you. That's a person. That's my dream catcher.
I'm honest about my Oh, this
will
will
be
be nightmare editing.
It's long. No, you don't
You'll
need
see
edit.
this episode
make
in
it
about
raw.
like
No
Don't edit
editing.
it.
It's just like simply. It's gonna be all naturally flowing through.
El Natural.
Naturally aspirated, mother.
Yeah. Okay, I don't have. Don't read. Try to figure out your own questions.
Look at the blank.
No.
These are our questions. This is this. This is this. Yeah, like a
This
blank
is
page.
this. Blank
Which is the worst tattoo shop's owner's thing you ever experienced?
Oh, I had a boss once, and then he just in the room next door he built like a.
I was fired once for just like, you man, you're fired.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, well, it was a mental dude. He was like on about everything, and it's like, he was like, don't want to go and like now hand out flyers, and I was like, no man, this is like not what I signed up.
Yeah,
You fired
I've had
then.
to do that then as well. Yeah.
I was like, no, I did it like when it seemed like alright thing to do, but then it's like, why I'm paying you, so you, and like it's always this you thing, and I was like, man, but this is different story. Like you fired. I was like, okay. And then I was like, kind of like,
How many years ago?
that was my first shop where I worked.
Ow, I love it.
And
First
then-
experience.
Then I was like, kind of
Suck.
walking around the city, thinking what to do. Should I look for like other places where to work, like call up friends and all that?
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of going home, like he's calling me. I'm like, well, you understand that you were fired for today. And I was
What the?
like, man, like it's
There's no such thing. Today you're fired.
Yeah, but I knew that the guy is off his. I was like, okay, let's work and finish this situation. And all.
So now opposite. What is the best thing that shop's owner ever did to you?
They said,
Employed me.
do your shit, man.
Yeah,
Like, do your shit, like, and we'll see what happens. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And you don't answer any of your own silly questions.
The first question I don't have. Like, what was the first question?
You
What's the
should
worst
know.
thing?
The boss.
Yeah.
The boss ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anyone
It's
touch
pretty
this?
secret. Oh yeah, I'm
When
gonna
you
Put
tell
a
you.
d in your hand.
What? Yeah, you know the story. God
A
damn!
pound of flesh.
So basically, what was it? What was it? I
Handful.
can't remember.
Handful of
I can't remember.
gentlemen's
I can't remember what was it. The boss was like, hey Carlos.
I think
check-
I was like, oh yeah.
Can you
all
hold
right.
this? And he didn't show me. And he grabbed my hand and put something in my hand, and then he let it go, and it was his. He was already pulled it out and pointed in his palm, and then he grabbed it and gave it to me, and I didn't know, and I grabbed it accidentally, and I was like, whoa, what a soft small he has.
I only have it with the female bosses. They throw their vaginas in my hand, and I'm like, this is the.
You know, speaking of female bosses, you know,
Never had a female.
well, I did, and it sucks, you know, because it's like
She
I'm
pisses you
trying
off.
to talk about serious stuff, you know, and all of a sudden they just send you pictures of their vagina, and you know, I'm like, I'm more than just a, you know.
I've seen vagina once. I was like, is this
Wow,
for
I
real?
never, dude, they're always like these fucking. I don't understand.
Just in general, I've seen vagina once.
When you were born.
Yeah, from inside, I was like, I kind of saw this light, and it was opening up, and I crawled out, and I looked back, and I was like, come on,
Every
man.
time you touch something
Is this some
between
kind
the
of sick
legs,
joke?
Yeah, like
every time you touch
did
between
I
the
have
legs,
to
you close
see-
your eyes. You're like,
I don't touch my own vagina.
oh, I
don't?
have to.
No, I'm like always careful around that area.
It's a sensitive area. that's weird.
Yeah, like, you can get sued for that area.
And we are by
Tattoo Shop Talk.